Hey everybody, I am back again. I wanted to note a few things that I left out of my first super long video. How could I have left anything out? It was so long. And then just add a couple of comments on some comments or concerns about that last video. I also have some really cool gloves on. I'm kind of in an itchy, flared state, so I might be a little distracted. I also have an ice pack with me right now. Um, I also have noticed in my videos I say a whole lot and it drives me crazy. So I don't think I can get those to go away yet. So I'm going to be saying and you can bear with me through my ums. One of the main things I wanted to note that happens with corticosteroid withdrawal or topical steroid withdrawal is that you have nerve damage and blood vessel damage in your body and your skin. A main reason why you're very red is because your blood vessels have essentially opened back up once you stop steroids. Because steroids kind of close your blood vessels. That's why your skin can appear much lighter when you're using topical steroids. So your blood vessels are damaged and they're open and they're making you red. It has also been said that one reason why someone with this experiences swelling of the skin body is because your blood vessels are releasing fluid. So it makes you very swollen. I get swollen on my legs, my arms, my wrists, my neck, my face. It also has been said that when your blood vessels are releasing that fluid, that's why someone with this illness, your skin oozes, which is gross. It's not always going to ooze. It depends on what phase you're in. Another thing, more with that, the nerve damage, blood vessel damage. A lot of that is why the itching, oh no, my nose itching. Speaking of itching, I said, all of the nerve damage, blood vessel damage contributes to why the itching is just so excruciating, like an electrifying pain, bone deep itch. That is why it's not a normal itch. This is not eczema. It is very distracting and debilitating and life altering. Another thing I wanted to note was that I've had topical steroid withdrawal, corticosteroid withdrawal since about 2020, probably maybe late 2020, early 2021 when I really concluded, okay, this is what this is. I think it seemed like in my last video, different comments I was getting, people thought I just figured this out. I did not just figure this out. Others have just started accepting that this is what it is. Others, including friends, family, doctors, etc. There's a lot of information about this out there. There's an entire there's a website dedicated to it called itsan.org, itsan.org. I can't remember what that stands for, but itsan.org. I've noted that there's 2 documentaries on it. There's one called Skin on Fire. I haven't watched that because I find all of it triggering. And Preventable, it's called Preventable, Protecting Our Largest Organ. I think those are both on YouTube right now, maybe. Anyway, so I've known that I've had this. Doctors rejected my idea of having it because I've been reading about this, researching it, bringing this up to my doctors for 3 years, and some said maybe that is a thing. Most of the dermatologists said that's not real. Topical steroid withdrawal is not a thing. You can't be having that. They couldn't tell me what was wrong with my body, but they said that is not what it is, and they just kept giving me more steroids, or trying to, and they would try to give me immunosuppressive drugs as well. I said a lot. So it was also interesting that as I would switch doctors, dermatologists, I would notice that they seemed to already know that I was anti-steroid or steroid resistant. I suppose it has been noted in my chart that I am a difficult patient and don't always accept what is prescribed to me. One doctor even suggested that it was my fault that I was not healing because I did not have a positive mental attitude about the medication. And it's really hard to have a positive mental attitude when it starts wreaking havoc on your body, because I didn't always have some negative feelings toward steroids and various treatments. Anyway, just wanted to note that I was also eventually put on a biologic drug called Dupixent. Biologics are typically for people with, some people that have cancer, some people that have severe autoimmune issues, or just various immune issues. And I wanted to be on this biologic because I was just so sick of not getting better, but also did not feel great about it. I ended up being on it for a year and a half and quit it on my own, even though I was suggested that I not do that. But some other doctors have suggested that it has very likely, it held me back from actually healing. So now I am set way back. I would have very likely, almost certainly already been in a very normal state at this point, probably maybe fully healed. But by using that biologic for a year and a half, I quit, I believe, in February of this year, 2023. By using that, it held me back. But I also have been using, every maybe 6 months, 9 months, I've used oral steroids and an injected steroid when I would do the round of oral steroids. And that would be when I was desperate, needing to be able to function in my job, needing to be able to go on a trip, just being able to live life. But I won't be doing that anymore. No more steroids, no more biologics. I just need to ride this out. I'm so hot right now. Thermoregulation issues. Hot. Another thing I wanted to note, and also just note that I'm aware of, because I had some people message me about these things, with corticosteroid withdrawal, you don't necessarily only have that. There can be other fun accompanying issues related to the overuse of steroids, or just maybe things that you just already had, or because you're in a compromised state, eventually it happened. So you can have various kind of microbiome, gut issues, GI issues, like bacterial overgrowth, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, also known as SIBO. So I have had a fun test done recently. It is called the GI map test. I'm not going to explain what it is or what I had to do for it, but it's the GI map test. And I just got my results back, and there are quite a few things that are off, and I'm going to have to address, but I have to address it less aggressively because of everything else going on with my body. So it's going to take a while, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. Whee! Yeah. I also wanted to note, in the last video, I think after watching it, some folks were a little concerned about me, which is understandable. But since I cried publicly, essentially, they were a little worried about my mental health. And I, first of all, wanted to note that I'm okay. I am. Overall, I'm mentally doing better than I have been in quite a long while. Part of that, or a lot of that, is, well, support from friends and family. Getting a lot more of that than I used to because I've been very open about everything. And then also I'm reading certain books and daily things, and I'm meditating. And some people have their spirituality and religion. And so I have my things that help me move forward. So I'm okay. But I also want to note that I think it's very understandable for anyone in a situation like this, with anything that has to do with chronic health issues, debilitating health issues, or anything difficult in life. It makes sense that you would be sad, frustrated, upset, in this situation, especially feeling very lonely, isolated. And I don't think that we should dwell on negative thoughts all the time or tell everyone that we're doing poorly and be unhappy all the time. I don't mean that at all, not at all. But I do think it's okay to be open about it sometimes and let people know what's going on. I don't think we should try to look perfect all of the time, because none of us are. I just felt like it was important to be open and vulnerable. So that's why I left that in the video, because I could have taken that out. I refilmed the video because I wasn't going to put that in the video, that my earlier video, but I decided to leave it in because I thought it was important to show. And there's so many ups and downs with this experience. I can be feeling on top of the world, and then the next minute I just feel like, well, anyway, I won't get into it, but I am okay overall. I really am. And it's also okay to not be okay all of the time. One other thing I wanted to note, so that you can understand just how sensitive my body is right now. So I have been receiving some letters, some postcards in the mail from family members, friends, etc., who, so nice. After you hear this story, don't stop sending them because of this story. This happened a little bit ago, but I received a card in the mail from a family member, and I noticed, I read the card, looked at it, was so excited about it, and suddenly I was having an extreme allergic reaction, like red hives breaking out, like the most ridiculous itch I've had in a long time. And that says a lot, because I have ridiculous itches all of the time. I just wanted to rip my skin off. And it took me a little bit, and then I realized, oh, this person who sent this has animals, and I bet it was the animal dander, or whatever animalness was on the card that triggered this reaction. So had to get my husband to help me take the card away, wipe things down. I had to go take a shower, rinse off, take a Benadryl, and things calmed down. But it was almost certainly the card that caused this reaction. And I think it's happened on a smaller level again, or on a different time. But just that minuscule amount of allergen just took me out. I mean, this is why I have to be so extremely careful when I leave the house, deciding where I'm going, who I'm around. Traveling is very hard, because I don't know what I'm going to be exposed to traveling, even just in the car, having to go, stop along in stores. Flying is usually awful. Flying is like all kinds of things I'm exposed to, the cleaning products in the planes, the animal dander on people's body. It's a bad time. But anyway, I have a new method when I do get cards in the mail. So if you've sent me one recently, don't worry, I've had a new method for a little while. So the card comes in the mail. I don't touch it. I don't go near it. My husband gets it. He opens it up, throws the envelope away, wipes the card down, gets a big Ziploc bag, puts the card in there, zips it in, and then, and only then, can I hold the card and read it. Just so I will not be having any allergic reactions. So don't be afraid to send me anything, or don't be worried if you did send me anything, because if it's been in the last while, I've got my methods down. Okay. Hello, I am still here, and my hair is real crazy now. I wanted to note that I'm going to be attempting to compile some stories, experiences of others who have had negative experiences with steroids or other medical treatments, medication, etc., illnesses, diseases, major side effects, symptoms that have been caused by a medical treatment, etc. So something that would be considered an iatrogenic illness. Iatrogenic illnesses are illnesses caused by medical treatment or medical examination. Topical steroid withdrawal or corticosteroid withdrawal is an iatrogenic illness. And if you have any thoughts or something you've experienced, someone else has experienced, it does not need to be an actual diagnosed illness or an actual disease. It could be something small, something very extreme, but I just want to kind of learn more about some other people's experiences. I don't need to know anyone's name. I'm not going to name anyone's name if I do some writing on this. Just want to learn more about what all is going on, because the more I'm hearing, it seems like a lot of people are being very negatively affected by not just steroids, but a lot of different medical treatments and medications. Okay, I think that's all maybe officially now. Say goodbye to my crazy hair. Did I actually say to reach out to me? Because that's what I meant. So if you have had any experiences or know anyone, reach out to me, send me a message, comment, whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah. Okay. Bye. I think I was trying to stuck in my teeth. It's in there the whole time. You see it? Alright, I think that's it.